Picture two rooms. On one side, a dark, cramped space buried under stacks of books, media, and clutter. On the other side, a sunlit room, containing nothing but a low desk and a single floor mattress. Which one actually looks like a place you'd want to live in? When we walk into a completely bare room, like a pristine, empty hotel room, we feel an immediate sense of relief. That open physical space translates directly into mental breathing room. But our actual daily reality looks a lot more like this. We are caught in a massive consumer arms race, constantly accumulating more items, more data, and more visual noise, drowning in excess. Maintaining all this stuff drains our finite hours. Think about the people who will gladly waste 30 minutes standing in line just to get a free cup of coffee. We spend our actual lives acquiring, organizing, and comparing things we barely even use. We fall into a specific psychological trap. We buy a thick textbook and place it on a shelf, tricking ourselves into feeling like we've absorbed the knowledge inside it, simply because we bought the object. This drive to accumulate is often a symptom of an underlying anxiety. We use objects as a way to prove our value to others, fearing that without them, our own self-worth remains invisible. 40 years ago, psychoanalyst Erich Fromm laid this out in his book, To Have or to Be. He watched capitalist societies drift toward mass production and warned that we were beginning to project our personal value through the yellow things we accumulate. Fromm diagnosed a collective illusion. We conflate our inner identity with our external property. We seek validation from others by showing them what we own, hoping they will mistake it for who we are. You can see the friction between this anxiety and modern cultural trends, especially in how we interpret ideas like YOLO, you only live once. It is often used as a convenient excuse to buy expensive things impulsively. This philosophy reframes YOLO from a consumer excuse into a call for being. When figures like Barack Obama reference it, they tap into the idea of the traveler who leaves with nothing but a backpack, choosing a temporary, lived experience over the permanent weight of ownership. To actually experience that kind of freedom, we have to shift our psychological baseline. We have to stop trying to buy the evidence of our own existence. Historically, humans had to hoard. During the industrial age, owning heavy physical assets was a literal requirement for survival and social status. But today, that era is completely over. Today, a single smartphone replaces a room full of stereos, maps, and notebooks. Autonomous vehicles and the sharing economy are making the personal garage obsolete. Technology has severed the link between access and ownership. Discarding your physical items delivers a massive return on investment. It instantly cuts out the hidden taxes you pay every single day, the hours spent shopping, the weekends spent cleaning, and the mental energy drained by comparing your setup to your neighbor's. This diagram shows your personal balance sheet. As physical objects are removed from the liability side, your time and money immediately surge upward. Minimalism functions as a strategic early adopter leap, leveraging efficiency to buy back your life. Yet we still keep things because of the someday fallacy. We hold on to expensive trekking gear for a hypothetical future version of ourselves that never arrives. These aspirational objects do not motivate us. They sit in our closets, actively dragging our attention away from the reality of our lives. Clearing out these items ruthlessly severs those ties to future fantasies. It forces you to stop living in a daydream and plant your feet firmly in the present. When you remove the physical anchors to past regrets and future ambitions, you are left with no choice but to confront exactly who you are, right here, now. So when the objects are gone, the visual noise fades, and those hidden taxes are eliminated, what's left in the empty room? Sasaki Fumio argues that the act of minimizing serves to make the people in front of us visible again. Reclaiming your physical space and your mental bandwidth serves one actual purpose: creating room for genuine human connection, whether that's with your family, your friends, or a stranger. To get there, start with a hard boundary. Pick exactly 2 days a year, say June 30th and December 31st, and treat them as mandatory appointments to discard anything you haven't used. Then apply the golden rule of purchasing. If you have to stop and ask yourself if you really need to buy an item, that hesitation is all the proof you need. You don't need it. True minimalism creates the necessary room for the people around you and the person you are about to be.